What's up, everybody? Welcome to the EZPZ Podcast, episode 5. I'm your co-host, Shaun Johnson, here with Stealth Mode Dan.
What up, what up?
And Nick Gandy.
Yo.
So I just got back into town 2 hours ago from Chicago. I had a lot of rest and relaxation, R&R with Lydia, my girlfriend's parent, or her family, I should say, and ate a lot of pizza and brownies. Because that's how you do in Chicago.
Deep dish pizza all the way.
Yeah. Oh, man, we had some
Giordano's or whatever it is.
We had Nancy's, specifically.
So quality.
Yeah.
I always said Giordano's, though.
Okay. So if you guys taken any vacations and just felt like it was just too much, because I got back into town, I could not have been happier. So to come here and record this and just be done with that.
No, I haven't gone on vacation, actually, besides, like, festivals. I would say, like, 3-4 years, just because... I don't know, it just feels like a waste of time.
I mean,
not that family's a waste of time.
No.
But
it was tons
for my
of fun.
vacation days, which are very valuable in my life, because I only get like 5 or whatever a year, which is fucking nothing.
Damn.
It's pretty valuable, and not to say I'm not going to spend it on a family, but I'd rather do something super crazy.
Basically, 2 days into it, I'm just like, okay, I need to go home and just keep on my routines and like keep just the ball rolling with the things I need to get done. And classes, because I went from finishing up my spring semester into working 4 days in a row into going on vacation, and classes started again today for me for summer semester. So
damn.
I just feel, I rested and relaxed, and we went shopping. I got some new pants, some new shirts, but ready for it to be over. It was a lot of fun overall. Lots of food. I gained about 8-10 pounds. So I'm ready to get back in the gym.
That's the worst part about vacations is, like you said, you're off of routine completely. I mean, like shit all the time. I'm not going to work out at all, which I'm making excuses because I can like buy the food I want. I can do like a home workout or something.
Yeah.
But I don't. Like,
no way. Yeah. Okay, so Fight Club. You want to talk about Fight Club, Dan? What's up with Fight Club? There's some new updates I heard.
We shouldn't even be talking about this. That's the first rule of Fight Club.
Oh, yeah, I guess you're right. Good point.
Anyway, so hold up. This is like a sequel?
Yeah, it's Fight Club. It's Fight Club 2, and it's coming out as a comic book series. Fight Club 1, per se, was a book, and then it was adapted into a movie, which blew the fuck up.
Hell yeah.
We all loved it, obviously.
Right, one of my favorite movies of all time. Close to a perfect movie. 2
of the best male actors there are.
Yeah,
2 of the best actors there are, I should say.
As the first female actors.
Hey, we're recording this episode at 8 p.m. on a Monday night. We're all a little bit tired compared to like 10 a.m. on. We're right before ball.
Sunday,
when we're fresh, got a coffee, got a poo, we're good.
Yeah. But anyway, this is gonna be pretty interesting.
Yeah, I'm not a huge comic book fan. I was when I was a kid. And like early teen years. But since then, I have never really dove into a comic book series, and there's not really a reason why, except I just found different hobbies that I liked more. But I definitely am going to check this out. The first issue comes out...
May 27th, I believe?
Yes, May 27th is the first issue, and I want to say there's 10 issues that are going to come out.
Hell yeah.
Is that it, or is it going to keep going?
No, that's it.
Oh, okay.
But the issues are going to be released like once every couple weeks, once every month. It doesn't really say on the article I'm looking at. But yeah, released through Dark Horse Comics. You can probably pick it up over on that comic book shop down the road.
Or get it at Jay's.
Go to Mayhem, everybody in Des Moines. Go to Mayhem Collectibles. See my boy James, who's a co-owner there. He's one of the best dudes in the entire world. He's doing Windsor Heights, off 73rd by that Walmart.
I'm sure the Social Club's going to have it too. Cause they have,
the Social Club. Shout out to them too.
Shout out to the Social Club.
So go pick that up. Check out the comics. So, Nick... You wanted to chat about...
Speaking of comics and all things superheroes, because there's a lot of superhero comics out.
There's a shit ton.
What did you have to talk about?
DC is comics, obviously. DC and Marvel, they've been rivals forever. But they're all about shows. I mean, sure, there's been DC movies. Batman was fantastic. But they've adapted to TV shows a lot where I feel like Marvel's going hard on the movies. DC's really going hard on like focusing on TV. I mean, everybody knows.
What's out right now for DC? They got Gotham, they've got Arrow, they've got Daredevil's Marvel, excuse me. But what else?
Gotham, they got Arrow, they have, what else is out? The Flash.
Yeah.
Speaking of Daredevil, I just saw a commercial for it the other day. Did you see that there's like a Daredevil TV series on Hulu now?
On Netflix. And I've watched the first few episodes. It's a little interesting. It's hard for me to get into, honestly.
I heard it was legit. I haven't checked it out yet.
A lot of people love it.
By the trailer or the commercial I saw of it.
I mean,
it
and if
really
it's
good.
a Netflix original, like they're always usually quality. So
I will say they did a very good job casting Daredevil himself. The actor just plays it really well. But his partner, like the other lawyer, because Daredevil is like an attorney. His partner is the worst It's like the worst casting job ever, and he was a great actor in The Butterfly Effect, where he played whatever.
I haven't seen the movie in so long.
Thing out. Stupid. I don't have my fucking links up here.
All right, so there's a few new DC TV shows in the works. Supergirl, I mean, it's been in talks for about a year or so, but looks like it's going to debut November of 2015 on CBS. So that's pretty exciting to have a female lead for a superhero TV show, which is pretty legit. I'm not sure if that's been done before. And then Legends of Tomorrow, which I'm really not actually too familiar with, but it kind of seems like a Guardians of the Galaxy type of thing, but DC's version.
Still have not seen that movie.
Wow.
I know. I need to get on
Number one movie of last year I saw in theaters.
Damn.
Not my favorite movie of the year, but overall, but it was really good.
Yeah, there's multiple times where I meant to see it, but it just didn't work out.
Man.
I really want to see it, though.
I wonder if it's out yet.
It is out.
Oh, yeah.
Out, DVD.
It's been out since Christmas time.
I'm just going to pick it up. Fuck.
Yeah.
But anyway, and then also the Teen Titans, which I thought was pretty crazy because I love the comics and the cartoon.
On Cartoon Network?
Yeah, dude. Teen Titans Go or whatever. But I thought that was really legit. There's really not a lot of information out on it yet, but it's going to be... TNT is doing it, which is weird.
Never really got into Teen Titans overall, but...
No,
I remember watching it when I was a kid on Cartoon Network, but it's not my thing.
But there's really not a lot of info on it yet, except for that it should be starting production later this year, and they have a few characters casted.
Yeah.
None of the main ones, and no people that I really know either, but I'm excited for it nonetheless.
Are there any release dates for any of these? Or are they just in the works?
Basically, they're all in the works. Again, Supergirl would be November-ish of 2015. Legends of Tomorrow is early 2016 to start production. And then Teen Titans later this year.
On TNT, like you said, that's so interesting.
It's weird. I don't think TNT's been doing shit besides playing Brave. Fucking, what are those cop movies?
Shoot 'em ups?
No, fucking with Bruce Willis. What are those movies?
Oh, Lethal Weapon?
Die Hard, yeah. All they do is fucking play Die Hard.
Was Bruce Willis in Lethal Weapon? Or was that Mel Gibson? Man, we're so out of that.
I don't fucking know.
Okay, so about a little over a week ago, Waka Flocka Flame announced he was running for president, which is hilarious because he's only 28 years old, so he can't even run. He has to be. You have to be 35 and so forth. And I thought that was hilarious. But then, a few days later, after he announces he's running for president, which he's obviously just doing to get publicity, he was announced as the last artist and of the 515 Alive lineup here in Des Moines.
He was the secret headliner.
Yeah, which is crazy.
About on one of our first episodes.
One of our first episodes, we talked about the lineup that was announced, and it was pretty shocking when we heard it was Waka Flocka, because Dan made a good point that they are saving the last one because it probably isn't going to be something very big, and it ended up being the biggest artist on the whole entire thing. He's bigger than the Floozies for sure, bigger than Iodo. So
I would say so, yeah. I was shocked, yeah, for sure. I did not expect that.
I'm very happy I got my ticket at $25 because for them to have Waka Flocka, Floozies, Iodo, and like a bunch of artists that you're G Jones, you're really excited about. Great for $25, 2-day music festival.
Solid.
I would pay $20 or $25 just to see like G Jones.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
I wonder what Waka's selling for, just like his shows.
So
they gotta be.
He just played at Woolies. It was like $20.
So okay, right there.
So I mean, all these artists that are headlining, you would just go see them and pay $20. So it's a really good deal for like $20, $30.
Exactly.
I think tickets now are $40, like full price, but still,
which is still dirt cheap.
Bottom line is, somebody I know who knows the people that are getting the whole entire 515 Alive thing going, said that. I mean, I'm not gonna reveal where I got the information, but said that the whole lineup was $75,000. So that's a lot of money. They got to be making over 2 days with all the vendors and everything. It's going to be hard to make that much money back, I think.
Right. I mean, they make so much money in booze, though.
Yeah. They get a lot of vendors. Well, the vendors make the money, but the vendors have to pay a giant chunk of change, $2,000, I think, or something crazy. But anyway.
So yeah, all right.
Dan, what you got for us?
Waka Flocka. Did you guys? I guess I'm a month behind on this. This happened last month. But did you guys see the new video Waka Flocka put out last month? And it's relevant. Well, it's not relevant. It's not going to be relevant in any circumstance. Except today, I was just scrolling through the internet. Let's just say it was Pornhub.
What?
And a video popped up, and it said Waka Flocka Flame, and it said official music video.
What?
And I was like, what the fuck?
On Pornhub?
Yes, on Pornhub. And it was not an advertisement. I mean, I was just scrolling through like hella black dudes pounding these like...
What? Is that what you look at when you look at porn?
Everybody, there's our dick of the week.
And then Waka Flocka just popped up, and I was like, hey. But I click on this video, and fucking Waka Flocka worked with Pornhub Records and made a video called Bust.
Oh my god!
And it is the most ridiculous thing I have seen in a long time.
Okay, explain it.
It is so ridiculous.
Explain. I know you've seen this 5 times. Let me know. What's it about?
Okay.
What's the problem?
I'm loading it up right now.
Okay, we should watch it. We'll watch it in a second. We'll take a break. But basically, it's basically what you think. It's just like, I mean, it doesn't show people having sex or anything, but there's so many innuendos, like stuff splashing on her face, and
so
he's just talking about busting.
No titties, no dick and balls.
Wow.
No, I skimmed through like the last half, because the first half I was like, okay, all right, this is about
700,000 views here on Pornhub.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Sounds like his new single.
All right, let's take a break. Let's watch this shit.
Let's take a breather, and we'll be right back.
Oh my god.
Man. Cali Paul.
And we're back.
What the hell?
In this bitch.
Yeah, what the hell is right? We just watched Waka Flocka's new single, Bust. Well, it's a couple weeks old, but bust off on Pornhub is like work with Pornhub Records or whatever. That was trash.
Which is the thing.
That was a bad song. Don't even look it up. It was almost as bad as Stitches from last week, guys.
It's terrible. It's like this shitty, like EDM sounding beat. Almost like there's like a drop in it where nobody raps.
And then there's no drop.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just stupid. And then there's just bunches of women just pouring stuff on their boobs, licking phallus-shaped objects.
Licking like blunts, but it's not showing the blunt. It's just showing her licking or like going down on something. It's stupid. And Andy Milonakis makes a cameo in it. He's also hella dumb. Nobody whatever happened to that
has
kid?
Been irrelevant for 10 years.
Yeah, no kidding. He was fun. I love that show when I was like 15 years old, and he was being a dork and like
yeah, dude. Fuck yeah.
Whatever, but
dude, I swear the bigger dude in there was Action Bronson though. Like. I'm gonna look it up.
Oh, was that?
There's hella cameos in this.
I think it was him.
There's like
that guy's blowing up.
Oh, dude, he's going.
He's
hard.
playing at Somerset too. Action Bronson.
No shit.
Yeah, so that's
he just played in Iowa City last year with Danny Brown. I didn't go see it, but I went.
Dude, Danny Brown. Stealth mode Danny Brown. So
well, that was fucked up.
I mean, I've never really heard anything from Waka Flocka, so that being like one of the first.
Well, you're white, so
one of the first.
That's one of the first reasons.
I'm not really that excited about 505 Alive anymore, guys.
I just can't believe you haven't heard Hard in the Paint.
I go hard in the motherfucking
I probably have.
Everybody's heard Hard in the Paint. I'll show you.
So in his like video about talking about how he's going to be on the next presidential candidate or whatever, he just sounds dumb too.
He's actually really smart.
Everyone says he and Talib Kweli is really smart. I mean, I know that guy's smart. I've seen him on CNN trash some dumb white conservative bitches. But Waka Flocka, I've never seen him be quote-unquote smart. I've never seen him do anything intelligent. He just smokes a bunch of weed.
Make tons and tons of money off of rapping.
I mean, whatever. I mean, that doesn't make you, like, intelligent.
It makes... I don't know. You have to be someone like, of a business person to be a successful artist in this day and age.
I agree.
From a marketing standpoint, like, doing something with Pornhub, which I'm sure is a huge, like, porn thing. Porn's huge. Porn industry is probably making billions.
Yeah.
I mean, that's...
I was actually... There's a thing... Ooh, how specific. There was a thing I was reading, I don't even know, like a year ago, about one dude only released his music as background music for like porn videos, and he would always get like hella views on the videos, and then people would like check out his music through there.
Nice.
That's somebody's life right now.
That makes sense. Dan's gonna get in on that.
Right.
That's how he's releasing his debut EP. On
just be called
Bust on Sluts 5.
Right?
Yeah.
Backdoor sluts.
What else we got? So, as I was telling you guys, I've just been having my phone on Do Not Disturb lately. Just
so, for like iPhone users, that's where you flip it up and you hit that like little crescent moon.
A little moon, yeah. So, actually, it saves a lot of battery, and your notifications don't come through as like a sound or vibrate. So, it's nice. I can just kind of keep my phone away. I don't get so distracted.
Live
I
your
focus
life.
on some other
Yeah,
shit.
no shit. Which is what Dan's all about with the stealth
that's what
mode.
I'm
No
saying.
social media.
Yeah.
So he gets, dude. That's crazy to even think about. You get no notifications from Facebook, Instagram. You only have
Anything.
Snapchat.
And I don't text.
No Twitter. Yeah.
The only things I text are, I would say, business things, but not business things. It's like, hey man, where you at? Because we're about to chill. Stuff like that. Just like figure out where people are at when I'm going to do something. I'm not just sitting around, just dinking around on my phone, like, oh,
dude.
notification.
So I'm terrible.
Like,
I'm terrible at that. I will be the first to admit. So I'm trying to like stay away.
I am.
From
You're
it,
not
so-
alone. I'm the same.
I feel like everyone is. Everyone wants to check their phone all the time.
I feel
to
like
see
it
their
like
new
fucks with my
notifications.
brain. I feel so dumb when I was like, I was gonna check Facebook.
It's so much easier to like get information fed to you, like, oh, it's like scrolling mindlessly like a zombie through your Facebook feed to see something somewhat interesting than to like read an article about the cosmos and Neil deGrasse Tyson's whatever telescope.
So yeah, I've taken a page out of stealth mode. Dan's book.
Yeah,
That's actually really cool. Like, I actually turned off at the beginning of the year. I turned off all notifications to all my apps. All of them, and I always have my phone on silent, no vibration. I think vibration's the dumbest thing in the world now, because if you are already looking at your phone once every 5 minutes, you don't need to know exactly when you get a text or something. And if you really are waiting for somebody, like today, when Nick was arriving to the studio to do this podcast, I turned my phone on just normal, like, loud mode or whatever it's actually called.
Loud mode.
And to get like your text or get a call when you're at the door so we can buzz you in. That's it. That's the only time you ever need to do it. I just think that's interesting that you just, randomly during our break brought that up.
I like
the only thing I have that I use all the time now is Snapchat.
Yeah.
But I use that to communicate with friends, and it's not like I'm just dinging around scrolling through pages of feeds of whatever the fuck it is that I'm going through. I really need to cut down Snapchat use because I am on it all the time. I blow through like 1,000 Snapchat points a week now.
That's crazy.
That's like 500, 600 snaps.
That's insane.
Wow.
I don't even know how the point shit worked. I never.
Yeah, they never break it. Like, they broke down that
You get
whole...
one for sending, I'm pretty sure, and 2 for receiving.
Oh fuck.
Oh, interesting.
Damn.
That's so weird that you even know that, you freak. Jeez. But you do have to admit that you do a lot with certain producers.
Yeah, I'll actually chit-chat back and forth with producers on it, which is kind of cool.
That's like huge for 2016.
Right.
Like,
I like how you can follow celebs too. That's kind of cool.
I just started following The Verge today, just because I really like that tech blog. So, music, what have you guys been listening to? What's going on? There's a bunch of good stuff that's came out this week, or last couple weeks, that we haven't really talked about. I know we're like not going to be a completely music-centric podcast, but there's some really good stuff that came out. Dan?
In the past couple of days, the 2 people who I brought up, I want to say last episode, right, when we were talking about people who we're into lately, Oshi, Sam Galatry, both of them dropped a good amount of tracks. I want to say Sam dropped 4 new tracks in the past few days, all on SoundCloud. Fortunately, you can't download them, but they're all really fucking good. And then also
we'll put them in
Oshi,
the show notes.
And then Oshi, who I'm a huge fan of as well, put up like 5 new tracks in just the past couple days, and he just dropped one a couple hours ago that I was listening to on repeat right before this. So
Didn't you say he got signed to a booking agency?
Yeah, this morning, I forget how I saw it. It was on Twitter or something, because I don't have Twitter or anything, but sometimes once a week, twice a week, I will go on certain artists' pages and just see what they're doing, see if they have any cool announcements, because I don't get notifications about that. So like I have to actively go look if I'm trying to see.
I do the same thing with bands.
Yeah. So I looked at his today, his Twitter, and it looks like he got signed to a booking agency called Coda, who I feel like I should have heard of by now, but I haven't.
KODA?
Yes.
Okay. He's only 17.
He's 16.
Jesus.
I'm pretty sure he's 17.
Nah, he's 16 still. Right?
Insane.
Killing it.
So young.
Killing it.
He makes me, like, sad.
So I
I'm
assume-
25 years old this year.
Yeah, I assume he's going to go on tour at some point in the near future, which would be fucking awesome. I mean, he's from London, so I don't think he'll be coming to the U.S. anytime soon, unfortunately. And if he does, it'll probably be like L.A. or
Obviously, we're going to
there.
get Sam Galatry before we get Oshi. Which I'm fine with.
I'm waiting for him. I'm waiting for him to hit Chicago.
I'm going to go see Sam if he goes to Chicago. Hands fucking down. These new tracks, I was sitting on the patio on vacation in Chicago, like I said. You texted me like, yo, Sam drops new tracks. I was just sitting there in the sun, and I'm just like, fuck it. I turn them on my phone.
You're like mid-bite, and you're like, fuck this shit.
Yeah.
Shit down.
I was mid.
Where's my laptop?
I was like eating a brownie and ice cream or something, and I just run outside and just chill out. Yeah.
No, I wanted to ask though. You said that it's only like 3 tracks, 3 tracks, but that you're like that's crazy. And for people that don't really know a lot about like making something like this, like what's the process? Like how long does that normally take to make a full track? Like,
I mean, it can take half a day. It could take a few months. I mean, it's really however long. I mean, when you get to a professional level and you're experienced, you can be faster at it, but you can't force creativity.
Right.
So I guess that's the only thing that stalls people.
So like so that's the thing that's like pretty impressive about it is that he's been so
in tune with your creative process and creativity
that he can just push out some weight
and workflow.
Yeah, for instance, I was listening to a podcast with interviewing Beretta, I think Jason Beretta of the Glitch Mob. They say that they go through, and when they make a track, they revise it 200 to 300 times.
Jesus.
So
to perfect it, because you can, with electronic music, you can perfect it if you want, and like it drives me crazy sometimes, and I usually try to leave it sounding not super polished and super clean because I kind of like having it have like a more natural sound to it. It's not like EDM or I don't even know.
Yeah, for a punk rock band, for the vocalist to like accidentally like break his voice halfway through a scream or like something, it sounds good and it sounds part of the music. But for something to not be completely cleaned and natural, that's a good way to put it. Completely cleaned and completely like a drop or like a beat to like balance perfectly from ear to ear, from headphone left to right, stereo, you know.
And Oshi does a really, really good job in making his stuff sound rough but really clean at the same time, which I really like.
One thing that everyone, like all these people that we're talking about, Oshi and Sam Gellacher, they both have that like DJ look. Like Oshi's
they look like they're just about to drop like the biggest banger of the century in the pictures.
I always bring up RL Grime when I talk about Sam Gellacher because he looks just like him in my opinion. Like this like thin, short, like little like lanky, nerdy looking like dude that just looks like he just works on beats. Just really thin, like skinny kid, and he's got like the hat that RL sometimes wears. He got like a chain like around his neck and just.
Super minimalistic. See, the way I like about a lot of producers is that like you don't need to look a certain way because I feel like if you're a band, a lot of it's promoting your image.
Yeah,
there's so much effort into that, and while you still have to promote your image as a producer, I really feel like you don't have to really at all. And it's weird how it works because I remember going to shows with a friend one time, and she had never really gone to like any I don't know, like raves or anything. And I took her to Chicago for a couple shows. She's like, these guys look so average. It's weird. Yeah. It's not like it's not like you're going to see someone who looks like hella nice in super nice clothes or whatever you see when you go see a band. It's just like a dude in a t-shirt, maybe got a chain, and he looks like us. Right. He just looks like us, which is crazy.
That makes sense. And I was gonna say, especially with like the whole SoundCloud movement, where people are pushing stuff out all the time, and a lot of them aren't like on tour or huge or signed or shit like that.
Is that crazy?
You don't really know.
Producers.
You don't really know who they are, and then once they do get big and you finally see them, you're like, damn, what the fuck? But also, I was gonna say like an extreme image that I never really thought of is Bass Nectar. Everybody knows what Bass Nectar looks like with his long ass fucking mane. Goes down to his ass. I was like,
But he's humongous.
I was like, I didn't expect that. Because I listened to him for like a year or two, and then I finally looked him up, and I was like, whoa, what the fuck?
He and Andrew WK kind of look the same to me.
Yeah?
What do you guys think?
I don't know. If you actually look at his face, he's got like a weird like dad face.
Yeah, he does.
He kind of looks like PD actually. Looks like Paper Diamond a little bit.
Paper Diamond. Bass Nectar, Lauren, who's Bass Nectar. Yeah. He has like droop eyes. I don't know if you've seen them, but they like droop down the side of his face, and he kind of looks like he has like Down syndrome or something. Just in the eyes though.
That's why he has the long ass hair and it's always flowy. You know.
Quick thing about Paper Diamond. I'm wearing a Paper Diamond shirt. It was a tour exclusive T-shirt. It says PD Paper Diamond like the PlayStation logo.
It is a sick
shirt. Yeah, it's a sweet shirt and all, but really funny story about how he looks like a dad is when we last saw him at the end of February, Lydia and Nick and Shayna and I and a whole bunch of people, a bunch of our friends went out and saw him out in Kansas City.
Yep.
And at the end of the show, when everyone's done, like everyone's like chomping their jaws because like everyone's going freaking nuts out there.
Everyone's geeking out,
drunk and like trash. Lydia and one of our other friends, Alex, run up to the front of the stage trying to get his attention and be like, Dad, your beats were sick, Dad. Like just yelling dad jokes at him pretty much. But yeah, Paper Diamond looks just like a dad. I feel bad for him, kind of. Like I was talking about Scott Vogel last week, the frontman of Terror, who looks like a 40-year-old dad. That's what Paper Diamond looks like, but he's like a producer dad looking dude. But anyway, Oshi looks like a DJ. He's got this like giant fro thing. Have you seen?
He always looks like he's scheming. Just like he's just like rubbing his hands together.
Is he out of high school or what? Because he never. It doesn't even look like he goes to high school.
Fuck if I know.
16-year-old kid just living the dream.
Dude, what if he keeps his stuff about him, like no one that he's even friends with knows, and he's just pushing out all this weight?
I think a lot of people know. Follow him on Twitter or check out his Twitter, dude. He's such a.
He just broke 40,000. I was on his page today. He just broke 40,000 followers.
Yeah,
and like I found him just fucking 3-4 months ago, and he had like 2,000-3,000. He's got like 40,000.
Good for him. He's just dropping some really fun stuff.
Crazy.
I think the biggest thing for him that he's made is when he made his own remix of "To Earth and Back" by Sam Gellatry off of Sam Short Stories.
He dropped that the day after the EP came out.
Yes, he did.
Which
February
is crazy.
18th.
His workflow is not unmatched because there's a couple other producers I follow who match his workflow pretty well by like dropping a bunch of tracks a week. But his workflow is so crazy. He'll just drop something the day after. Like he'll remix when he remixes a few of his tracks that have come out. It's just been the day after the original came out. I'm like, how the fuck?
That's crazy. And that, like mad props actually, because then you have like my genre of music being like rock and indie shit, where if you get an album, like that's it. You get an album and then like maybe a year, maybe 2 years, you might get an EP, you might get another album, or you have brand new, which pushes out like every 6 years.
Yeah.
So yeah, to push it out like monthly, or daily or weekly, that's insane.
And what I struggle with too, and what I don't understand about people who pump out a track like that, like the day after it comes out, is whenever I make music or anything, I need to sit back and ingest it a few days afterwards, because when you work on the same fucking track for like 8 hours without taking a fucking breath, your ears get so accustomed to it that you need to like take a breather for a day, go back to it, listen, and you're like, that sounds like shit. Why was I even thinking that was okay? So it blows my mind how someone can have such a good ear that they can hear that as good after working on it for so long.
They're just ready with it. That's the same thing I was going to mention with art. Like if you're sitting at a table with a pencil drawing shit for hours, it like fucks with you a little bit, and you get used to it the way it looks, and like sometimes you gotta step back from it, go to a different project or something, come back and see if it still is good.
Taking breaks are almost as important as actually working, is what I found out by writing music.
Totally.
Yeah, I'm the same way with writing actual writing articles or writing stuff or writing blog posts or whatever. When I sit back down or even like if I go back to my high school or like DMAC papers, they are horrible. Like I'm disgusted by it.
A very good practice, and what I have done with my art a lot is keep all your old shit, like keep record of it.
Keeps you humble.
Go back to it and then try to clean it up. Like I have all these old drawings that if I look at it now, even from like 2 or 3 years ago, that is shit. I see all these flaws and all these mistakes. But like a great thing to practice is I'll take it and then I'll redraw it now with like my style and all the shit I've learned and just make it so much better.
That's cool.
Which I think could be done with writing or music as well. Like if you have take an old track and then clean it up, like.
And what you're saying about looking back on things and being like, wow, that looks like shit or that sounds like shit. It's so crazy to me because I'm sure you're the same. Is you put your best effort into what you're working on at the moment.
And you know, this is bomb.
Yeah, and then you look back and you're like, what in the fuck was I thinking?
This is terrible.
Yeah.
Like if I scroll to my first few posts on Instagram, it's bad. It's bad. And now I thought it was great. And now I'm looking at the shit I do now, like, okay, this holds up, this is good.
Especially tracks last year. There was a couple tracks I made last year. I started really buckling down in about May. So May to December, I wrote about 20 tracks. There's like 2 or 3 of them where I was like, this shit's fucking fire. And I look back and like literally everything I made this year is worlds better.
Right.
Like the tracks that I was so hyped about last year, I was like, oh, I'm going to make it. This is going to be it.
Yeah.
Like, see, that's great. It's great to like track your progression like that. It's awesome. I love it.
We are artistes, fellas. We drink with our pinkies out. Yeah. Okay, so other stuff that got released besides Sam Gellatry and Oshi, who we're always talking about. You guys, our listeners, need to check them out and let us know what you think, because those two are really making waves.
Hell yeah.
The Story So Far released their self-titled this week.
Today,
yeah.
Today.
Not to break the fourth wall or anything, but they released their self-titled, and Nick, you're really digging it, aren't you?
I love it. I haven't actually purchased it yet. I'm not going to be able to buy it until Friday, but I listened to the leak all week because I had a leak through Merch Now, which is cool. I don't know if anybody knows Merch Now, but they pump out merch for like every band ever that's in the like rock and hardcore and metal scene.
It's streaming on YouTube right now too.
Yeah, it's through YouTube is where the link for the Merch Now is, but I love it. Obviously, like actually trying to like dissect the lyrics, it's all about like a girl. It's all about breaking up. It's all about like, why'd you do this to me? I think it's just done very well musically, and then the lyrics do hold weight. Like I'm feeling indigo, like I'm feeling blue, I'm feeling sad.
Indigo's
just the way he says shit like is cool to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't really like how every song is the same topic.
Same theme, yeah. I really, really, really like Heavy Gloom and Smile, the first 2 tracks on it.
Yeah.
I think those are... I love Heavy Gloom. I think that was their first single, right?
Honestly...
One of their first singles.
Nerve was their first. Heavy Gloom was second, then Smile.
Okay. Yeah, I'm really... I like it. I mean, I'm probably going to get it here soon, but something else I've been really jamming to is Turnover's new album, Peripheral Vision, which actually came out at the beginning of May, and it's really good. Dude. I really like Dizzy on a Come Down, one of my favorite tracks of the year so far.
Dude, sorry, I don't want to cut you off, but I saw you post it in our show notes so we could all check it out, or our little doc that we do. And I listened to it like 5 times today.
Yeah.
It's so fucking
really good.
Like halfway through the first track, I was like, this is my jam. Like this is something I should listen to. Like this is perfect. I don't know.
Yeah, it reminds me of Pianos Become the Teeth from last year, where they were like a hardcore, like screaming vocals band, and then they toned it down a lot, and now they're only clean vocals, no rough vocals at all, no screaming.
Some like indie, alt rock.
Yeah, exactly.
Positive, gives me hope. It's like it's so good. I don't know. It's perfect for this time of year too, I think, with like spring and I don't know.
Very good.
Summer,
yeah, the release date really was
I dig
awesome. Yeah. Is that it?
So this is it, guys. Thanks for listening.
All right. Well, thank you for listening to episode 5 of the EZPZ Podcast. You can send us your letters at theezpzpodcast@gmail.com. Give us some comments. Give us some questions. Whatever you want to talk about, like Shelby and Hunter did. Thank you very much. And we also got a little recap from a few episodes ago. We got a comment about how the brand new show we were talking about, the Will Call, was really bad.
Yeah,
we were trashing on Seven Flags. Our fellow Des Moines podcast friend, Pants Off Podcast, said something about how for the tour contract itself with brand new, forbid printing at home, the tickets at home, to avoid scalping on StubHub. So that's why it was such a big,
But see, you could get them mailed to you, which is stupid because people were selling them on StubHub even
right
as it was.
I agree, yeah.
It was, because I was already telling you, I was searching for tickets for one of their shows in New Mexico, and they were all over StubHub,
right,
for people who got it delivered to home.
Yeah. No, I was just saying, I appreciate his comment about how, giving us some, clearing that up because we were trashing on Seven Flags hardcore. They could have had more people checking like Will Cullen, but I mean, they don't have that much room at the entrance and so forth. Right. But anyway, Mad Men also ended this week, and for anybody that wants to chat with me about that, you can hit me up at Shaun S. Johnson. You can hit up our Twitter at the EZPZ and Instagram. Nick, what about you?
You can find me on Facebook at Nick Gandy Art and Instagram at BazookaXNick. And I did want to give a quick shout out to my friend Matt at Mad Bro Radio, also another Des Moines podcast. He gave me a shout out on his show, so I share the love.
Word. What up, Matt? Thanks for listening. Hey, Dan, I heard that you are going to start releasing tracks here soon. Is that true?
No.
Oh, you're still keeping on the stealth mode, aren't you?
Yeah, okay, it's gonna happen in December.
Okay, guys, you'll have to wait till Christmas.
Yeah, it'll be a Christmas gift to the
Christmas
world.
present.
But anyway, where can they find you
Jesus when you can have sick beats from Dan?
Yeah, exactly. But until Christmas time, Dan, where can they find you?
In the real world.
Stealth mode, Dan!
Easy peasy.
Take it easy peasy. Take it easy peasy. Take it easy.